Sasha here from networknews.com, and we are here at CB 2010 and finally got two Netvertibles in our hand. This is actually the new Gigabyte T1000. That's the evolution of the, what is it, the touch note 1028. So that's actually the third generation of the Gigabyte Netvertibles, 10-inch, running on Intel Atom N450 and N470, and that's a new Lenovo Ideapad S10-3t, which is running on N450, and there's a new version coming out with the N470. Actually, we just got the 8-cell version, so this is a huge battery. Should offer you some battery life up to 8 and 9 hours. Both of these devices are 10-inch systems. Let's take a look at this over here. Okay, let's take a look at the screen resolution. The Gigabyte offers you an HD display, so this is 1366 by 768. Let's double check that. Here we go. So that's a way better resolution compared to the one that we can see on the Lenovo. Here we go, because that's the ordinary 1024 by 600. The other difference is, you know what, actually I don't know it right now if this is a multi-touch display, but let's check it out. Because the Lenovo offers us multi-touch capability. There we go. While the Gigabyte is also multi-touch.
There's going to be two versions.
So, oh yeah, perfect. There are going to be two versions. So we will get a single touch and a multi-touch version of the Gigabyte TouchNote T1000. Both systems also come with and without a 3G module in there. Let's take a quick comparison in terms of the feedback of the keyboard, because that's the first time that Gigabyte is also using a chiclet keyboard on their T1000 here. That's pretty decent, even though it's bending a little bit over here, but they told us this is a pre-production sample, so we might see some improvement with the production units. The Lenovo has not a chiclet keyboard, kind of traditional one with pretty big keys and a great feedback. So right now I definitely have to say I would prefer the Lenovo keyboard. This feels very decent. In terms of trackpad, this is one of the smallest trackpad I've ever seen in my life. So, and it even has integrated mouse buttons, as you can see over here. But due to the fact that this is a Netvertible, you're mainly touching the screen and there you go. While the Gigabyte is using their standard trackpad size with the mouse buttons on the left and on the right side. So this is something that you really have to get used to. But again, this is a Netvertible, it offers a touchscreen, and you will end up using the touchscreen, I can tell you. I've been using the previous version of the Gigabyte for 6 weeks, and I got so used to the touchscreen. When I switched back to my NC10, I was, for the first 2 hours, I was always typing or tipping the screen or pointing at the screen because I still thought it was a touchscreen. So let's take a look at how about manufacturing quality, because this is very crucial with Netvertibles, the hinge, right? So you can swirl around the Gigabyte hinge just to the left. As you can see, actually it feels very solid, yeah? I really like this. You can see how this is moving. Let's take a look at the Lenovo. Pretty much the same, but you can swirl it around both sides. And let's kind of snap it in here. That feels pretty good. Gigabyte the same. In terms of weight, of course the Lenovo with its 8-cell battery is quite heavy compared to the Gigabyte. How about the usability case or the user scenario with this huge battery? I really like this because you can hold it with your left hand, right, and use it in a kind of ebook mode. Interesting thing is, I think this version is kind of missing an accelerometer. So let's see if there's any button here. So you need to press this button here. Come on. Just to turn it around. Oops. Here we go. So for the price, I think it's starting at 475 euros or 479. I would love to see an accelerometer in this system too. While the Gigabyte, does the Gigabyte have an accelerometer? No, it doesn't look like it. And how about, oh, here we go. We can just open the Smart Manager and we can then, here we go. So with the Gigabyte you have this little button here on the left side which is going to open the Smart Manager. It's this one over here. And then you can do a couple of setups, settings, battery life, brightness, volume, switch off Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and 3G, and switch on and off the webcam, and you can do calibration, and of course you can turn around the screen. So this is something that the EPC T101 MT is offering you. It comes with an accelerometer, and I think at the price point where we see the top models of these both systems from Lenovo and from Gigabyte, they should definitely look for an accelerometer. And I mean a decent accelerometer, because there are some crappy ones available too. So yeah, manufacturing quality or build quality on both systems is very good. I have to say, I like the form factor of the Gigabyte a little bit better. I would like to see this form factor of the Gigabyte with the keyboard of the Lenovo and with the touchpad and trackpad of the EPC T101, and maybe at the size of the Viliv S10. So this would be the ultimate Netvertible mashup. But both systems look very solid. They're really competing against each other, pretty much in the same price range, around 500 euros or maybe $599. I'm not sure about the US price right now. So Gigabyte T1000, let me tell you a little bit about the specs right now. 250 to 320 gigabyte hard disk drive, as I said, Intel Atom N450 or N470, 1 gigabyte to 2 gigabyte of RAM. I think this one is running now Windows 7 Home Premium, and yeah, comes with a 6-cell battery. Well, there are different versions of this one, and should offer you a battery life up to 7 hours, I would say. So, and touchscreen, multi-touch screen, as I said. Here we go, like the Lenovo. The Lenovo also comes N450, N470, 1 and 2 gigabyte versions, 250 gigabyte, 320 gigabyte hard disk drive, Windows 7 Home Premium, and with a 4-cell and 8-cell battery version. There's also a 3G optional for both systems. And yeah, I guess that's it pretty much. Of course, we could also take a quick look around the system itself, but it's pretty much the same. I mean, we've done this 100 times. So with a Kensington keylog, a PSU connector for the Ethernet cable, jacks for microphone and headset. There's a microphone on the front of the Lenovo. There's a 4-in-1 card reader here. I think this is for locking the screen? I'm not sure right now.
That's Wi-Fi switch.
Oh, that's the Wi-Fi switch, exactly. There's a connector for the TV, and we have 2 USB 2.0 and a VGA out. And here we go with the Gigabyte. There's a VGA out. We have a USB 2.0. This is actually the button of what was that again? Oh, that was for the Smart Manager. Here we go. There you can see it. All right. So, and we have the jacks for the microphone and the headset. There's nothing on the front except of the speakers. And we have a 4-in-1 card reader, express card slot. This is an eSATA connector, another USB 2.0, and the power switch, Ethernet cable, and we have the connector for the PSU. But we've been quite lucky right now because we just received also the Viliv S10, so we can just go on, right? So that's a new Viliv S10 10-inch system. We saw it the first time during IDF. This is running on the manual platform, means Intel Atom Silverthorne. I think it goes from Z530 up to Z550. So you can get it from 1.6 GHz up to 2 GHz. Let's take a quick look. I would like to show you this comparison. I mean,
let's build a little Netvertible stack over here. And now see how slim the Viliv is. I think in terms of design, as I said already, I would like to see a mashup of EPC T101, multi-touch, the Lenovo, the Gigabyte. In the case and design of the Viliv S10 would be fantastic. Let's take a look.
Right, let's open these systems again here. Here we go. Let's open the Viliv. By the way, the hinge, you can also move it in both directions. Yeah. This is a 10.1 inch, also running 1366 by 768, and again multi-touch. Let's open our paint. Let's double check that. Okay, let's switch over to the tablet mode. Because I've been using this already yesterday on the Websiety stage. There you go. There you go. You can, oh, wow, you can even use 3. There we go. That's kind of interesting. So this is offering you 3 contact points on the touchscreen, something that we haven't seen on the Lenovo or on the Gigabyte, which is of course great when you're using a virtual keyboard, you know, because you can type way faster on this system. And in general, I have to tell you, the form factor is so different compared to these ones. They are kind of bulky when you have the Lenovo in your hand. Sorry, the Viliv in your hand. I'm kind of getting a little bit confused with all these Netvertibles over here for the first time. Let's take a quick look at the keyboard. This reminds me a little bit of the first MSI Wind U100, also with this combination with the trackpad, with a single mouse button, but still, I would prefer this trackpad with this single mouse button over the Gigabyte one and over the Lenovo one. Something that I definitely want to show you is, well, maybe we should shut down the system first. Oh, let's go into hibernate. Not sure how long this takes. That's actually a good test. But in general, this just feels better because it's smaller, it's very slim. I mean, look at this, right? I'll compare this. I mean, that's a huge difference, right? And actually this one will have a battery life up to 10 hours without any of these bulky batteries. Okay, I think we hibernated. I would like to show you something which is quite interesting. Let's get rid of, let's take a look at this. Or can we get rid of the battery? Here we go. So, here's the hard disk. That was the battery. The whole computer should be here. That's the whole main board, CPU, GPU, whatever you can imagine. So that's quite impressive to see this. I'm not sure, is this a lithium ion or is this a lithium polymer? That's a polymer battery. And well, as Viliv said, it should offer you up to 10 hours of battery life. There's also a little 3G, an optional one. There will be different versions. I think dynamism.com is already sporting it. They have 5 different versions of the system. So yeah, what can I say? The Viliv is it's a very cool system. I really like it. But I also like, you know, I really like the keyboard of the Lenovo. I think it's by far the best one that we saw on Netvertibles in these days. And I would like to have some features of the EPC T101 MT with the accelerometer in these devices. But in terms of build quality, in terms of form factor, I have to admit, I would go for the Viliv S5. So sorry, Lenovo. I mean, that's the first generation of a Lenovo Netvertible. That's the 3rd generation of the Gigabyte one, and you can definitely tell that Gigabyte has quite some experience with Netvertibles. So a very, very solid system. But this is the 1st generation of the Viliv S10, and I think they did a bloody good job. So that's the Lenovo S10-3t, that's the Gigabyte T1000, and that's the Viliv S5 Netvertible.
Oh, sorry, it's the Viliv S10, of course. The Viliv S5 is something that you can put in your pocket. I have one, which is actually kind of mid. So, yeah, and that's Sasha from netbooknews.com. Thanks for watching our little Netvertible comparison here at CeBIT 2010.